Hello YouTube, welcome back to Mine Mogul. And in the last episode, all we really did was do a little bit of exploring and not much else. I do have a question for you. Do you want to know what a cavern's worth of precious materials looks like? Don't bother asking because I'm going to take you over to have a look anyways. This right here, this pile, this is what we got out of this entire cavern system. Up there, all around. I did a bit of cleaning off camera, obviously, as you can see. And this is just the really expensive stuff. The ingots, the gems, the quartz, or whatever the heck these are called. Yeah. We got a lot of other stuff, too. Ton of gold, a ton of copper. We got a ton of iron and coal too, but I already took care of that stuff. Just fed it into the machines, since we already got the place for it. So, last episode, we were talking about making the cold area. I mean the copper area, sorry about that. Throat was getting a bit dry, had to get a drink of water. The copper area, that's what we were talking about doing. And we're still going to be doing that. But honestly, I think we're kind of going to be a squirrel on ketamine kind of situation, where that's not all we're going to do. We're going to do more than just that. But if you take a look in the upper left-hand screen at my quest, you'll see that we got access to the heavy auto miners, which is nice. But we also need copper gears. Which leads into my next thought that I think that we're just going to replace the double furnace setup that I've been using as standard with the casting machines. Oh, and in case you're wondering, that up there, yeah, that didn't have all those struts. I had to make that little stairway to get up there. That's what that other way was, which I'm going to say it is a shortcut, because that is how I'm going to use it from now on, as a shortcut. Especially since there's no fall damage, so yippee skippy. Alrighty, so we are going to need... I'm going to grab 2 of these, grab 4 of these, and grab 2 of these. And good, we still have more than enough space in our inventory. Which, once again, I'm going to point out, it might be a good idea, just a heads up to developers, to allow these to stack. Might be a good idea. Maybe. Anyways, is that all we are going to need? No. No, it is not. Good thing I checked before we ran off. Alright. And do I just want to do one of those? Let's just get ourselves a nice little bit of these. You know, let's do the same with chicken. There. Nearly filling up my inventory. Alright, but as I said, we are going to go and build that copper area. But I think one thing that we probably will be doing in the future is getting rid of this furnace area. Or not getting rid of it, but changing it to a casting furnace. Because if we can change it to a casting furnace, that's going to be slightly better. While it doesn't say that we need iron gears, and I'm not even entirely sure if we can even make iron gears. I don't see why we couldn't. But even though it's not saying it, I would like the option. But even then, even if it doesn't and we can't, I'd still like the option. And I'm sure you're wondering, Alan, what are we going to do with all these precious metals? Simple. We're going to take them over here to our new main spine, and we're just going to chuck them in. Oop. Oh, duh, I forgot there was this dang thing. Oh well. Oh well. Hang on, guys, you didn't get cleaned. Go on through again. Okay, there. Alright, anyways. So, precious metals have been tossed in, and they will be making us a whole crap ton of money. Now, we need to go, and we need to head back over there. Because my dumb butt forgot to go get the most important gosh dang thing that we just unlocked. The heavy auto miners. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't need to go grab those heavy auto miners. Once again, I am in love with the fact that there's no fall damage. That's just fun to do. Anyways, we don't need to get the heavy auto miners. Just like I don't need $1 million in my bank account right about now. But I'm sure that everybody can agree that that would be a very nice thing to have right about now. Or the fact that I don't need a warm house or air conditioning in the summer, but you know, that is a nice thing to have. Just because you don't technically need something doesn't mean that it wouldn't be a very, very nice thing to have. Alright, now let's move this over here, and we will be also doing this. Okay, and let's light this place up. Oh, that's one thing I forgot to do. Did all that cleaning, and I forgot to come clean up the copper area. Huh, egg on my face. Oh well. There we go. Alright, now the copper area is all lit up. And you know what? I am going to clean it up. Sorry everybody, but shouldn't take long. I'm just going to grab all the pure copper stuff. That way I can just take it over to the pile. Of course there's a single bit of gold in there. Why wouldn't there be? Okay, have we grabbed all the copper? Yes, if I don't just quickly spin it around and toss it over to the side, we have. Okay, stay there. You, come with me. And toss you with your friends. Okay. Now, let us set up the heavy auto miners. Okay, copper ore clusters with a small chance of a mystery geode. Turn that off. And, yep, they're coming out the side here. Okay, good. just this side. Whew, very good. That would be slightly annoying if I had to try to figure out how to get that dang thing sorted. Toss those precious stuff over there. Okay. And yes, this is also a heavy autumn situation. And it's pretty much the same thing. Just pure copper. Same right on down here. This one is pure copper too. Nice. Alrighty, and let's go do a little bit of exploring into this back rooms area. Look back here. Okay. Okay, fair enough. I won't touch your stash. I mean, it's clearly marked, don't touch my stash. So, I'm not gonna touch the stash. That would be rude. Very rude. Okay, so. We've got all this sorted. Now, what we need to do is first toss this stuff here so it can go get cleaned up. Half debate to whether or not I should go and add that to it. Decide against it because it'd be better not to. And now we go over here and we make a executive decision. Do we? Yes, we do add them to the same line. We are going to add them to the same line. Well, maybe not. Yeah, no, we won't add them to the same line. The reason we're not going to add them to the same line is because we're going to need to crush the, clusters. And you can see over there our quests. We have one that's basically, hey, come get your stuff crushed. And so we're just going to send the clusters over here where we'll have the crusher, and then the crusher will just send the crushed stuff, which will be normal copper ore, over here, where then we will have our sword conveyor belt. Or should I do it the other way? I could do it the other way. Yeah, let's do it the other way. Because I can. Now let's do it the other way. Let's have the casting machine over here. Yeah. And like I said before, we don't need to worry about the casting machine, like heating up. We don't have to worry about that. The casting machine only needs to be heated up if you're trying to make steel. Otherwise, it just acts like a giant furnace. Giant blast furnace. So, very, very good idea not to go and, or I guess I should say, not necessary to go and try to... There we go. Not necessarily try to bring coal over here. And since we are going to be swapping around how we're going to be doing this... There. Okay. Perfect. But there is a slight problem. What I'm going to need to solve immediately. I almost... Yes, I almost screwed it up for us. There we go. Okay. Well, actually, no. I don't need to have it down here, do I? I can have it down. I can have it up here. The only difference is I will do it like so. There we go. And since we don't need to worry about the coal, I can just have this continue going forward. Have it go that way. And now, boom, boom, and boom. And there we are. Ingots will come off of this line. Can I fit a... Yes, I can. Neato. Okay, the ingots will come off here, as well as the gears, as well as all the gemstones will come off this way. Come down here, run through the polishing machine. And now, and up here, I believe is where I'm going to kind of make the... Yeah, I think I'm going to make up here the copper area. Because, honestly speaking, I'm pretty sure I can. I can just make this into the copper smelting area. Let's see. Got plenty of copper here. What I need is a... see. I saw you. There we are. Hey. Crushed. That's what I was looking for. Sure. And you can be the first to get crushed. Tossed in there, and... Will you accept? Yes, okay. Yes, same thing, same deal as blast furnace. If you fill it up with the normal thing, you're going to wind up with, well, you're going to be losing efficiency. The best thing you can do with this is to go and have it... The best thing you can do with this is to basically go and have it... We need to take it the other way. Gold, I'm going to need to temporarily move you. Okay. There. Alright. Now we can take the copper the other direction. Okay, anyways. We should be more or less fine if we do it this way. There we go. Okay. And while we're doing this, get rid of the struts. And there we go. Okay. And there. We're making copper gears and junk. Okay. Whew. Go. There we are. Okay. And there. That should be a little bit. Yeah. That should be fine. Okay. Now we got a big old pile of this stuff piling up over here. I'm willing to bet. But that's fine. We are going to go and now we are going to work on the actual, well, this part of it. But looking at the size of this, you can probably see where there might be a slight issue. Yeah, that happens. Slight issue. There's probably not going to be enough space over here. I mean, we can start checking it out. Grab the rods, grab the rollers, grab the pipes, whatever. Okay. Roller? Rod? I need to move it over. Okay, let's try it like this. Yeah, there you are. Hang on. Alrighty, it comes out this side. So, how are we going to do this? Well, honestly, I can do it like so. And there. And just to make sure that there aren't any issues, I'm going to do that. Alrighty. So that will basically help. That will basically be where we need to send the copper stuff on over to. And I'll leave this open for whatever I need to leave it open for. That, alright. But there is one slight problem. Ah, never mind. I was gonna say, there's one slight problem. How are we gonna get the normal stuff? You know, might be a problem. Might be a slight issue. Maybe, you know. Real difficult time trying to figure out how to... And it's done. Okay, so now we just need to go and sort it all. Ooh, 3 sorters. Is that gonna be enough? Well, we'll start off like that. We'll go there. We'll go like that. Like that, and by then it shouldn't have enough. It shouldn't be too many. I will remove that, and I will be adding that because we are going to be having more than just... Yes, we are going to be having more than just the ingots. I don't like doing that, do I? Can I put it over here? Yes, but the problem is the... Nope, nope, it'll be fine. Okay. Alright, I guess. Well, that's that extra sorted, I guess. I didn't think it'd be that easily to solve. Take that light pole. Only thing I need to solve is the light situation, which can be solved by just doing that. Okay. Okay. You, copper, come here. There. And now, I will grab all of you, and I will dump you onto the belt. Because I want to test to see if you will actually act like I'm hoping you'll act. Okay. There. And now the moment of truth. come over here. This is the heaviest flow it will ever have, or should ever have, so if we have any problems, doesn't look like we're having any problems. Nope, sure doesn't look like we're having any problems. And from here on out, it should just be a straight shot. Right? I did make it a straight, well, not straight shot, but I made it a, yeah, it goes right straight to the thing. So, okay. Well, we are very much sorted then. I just need to turn the copper on. And that'll be that. Oop. Slight problems I see in the future. But that can be solved by just... Nope. I guess I don't need to just turn it on. Well, I could just turn it on, but we'd be stacking up stuff here again. Okay, turn you on. Copper should come out. Then it'll go up here. Yada, yada, yada. Okay. So, that took a little bit longer than I thought it would. I had actually planned on also making a little bit of a gold thing over in the caverns that we explored. But I really don't see us having a lot of time to do that with the other thing that I want to do. That other thing being, I'm going to go and I'm going to work on that ore cluster quest. Now, here's the thing. I am almost 100% convinced that if I just drop one of them from high up, it'll shatter. I am going to really quickly test, because I am actually curious about that. You fall out, are you just going to shatter on the floor? Nope. Okay, you don't shatter there. Well, let us see what happens if I send you express trip down the elevator. Do you shatter? I'm willing to bet the answer is a solid yes. How'd I guess? Okay, so that answers that question. So we are going to need to find one here on the ground floor. At least for now. And wouldn't you know it, we happen to have one right over there. Right there. And we can just add it to that line. I do need to time this so that I can add this when There's no longer anything on here, but that shouldn't be much of a problem. Just need to do something like that. Okay. And boom. Done. Now, if I turn you on, when you dump out, that should just slide on down. Should be no problems at all. You shouldn't crack. I'm watching you the entire time because I am actually kind of scared that it will crack at the very, very last second. They shouldn't. Yes, okay, we're all good. Okay, whew. Alright, so we are all sorted. This will provide us with the clusters for the quest. Every now and again it'll dump out a crappy little... Well, hey, you know what? Come here, buddy. I am almost 100% certain this won't work, but I'm going to check it anyways, just because. Okay. Proceed. I'm pretty sure they're going to be too big, but let's see. Holy hell, it actually worked. Well, okay. Well, now we don't have to worry about the little iron ores. The little iron ores will add themselves onto this line. Okay, works for me, I guess. I honestly didn't think it actually would fit. Okay. Oh well, that's neat. So, that will be our cluster breaker researched and all that jazz. I have no idea what the cluster breaker looks like. I do know, though, that I am going to obviously need it. I think we're going to call it for this episode here. Next episode, obviously, we are going to go and finish the copper area by setting up the ore cluster crusher, the cluster breaker, whatever that thing is called. We'll set it up in the copper area, get it sorted. I might off camera shut everything down and replace that with a casting machine, or I might just say, it's fine as it is. We don't need to go and put any more stress on the system. I might realistically, honestly say that. We'll see. We'll see. But that's neither here nor there. Thank you all for watching. I will say though, next episode, if we do have any extra time, I will probably be making a gold area, because we're going to need a real dedicated gold area. I don't think the gold area we have over here is really gonna cut it. I mean, I can go over and see. I don't think there are any heavy areas over here. Are there? Oh, there was. Oh, well. Then that might be what we do next episode. Next episode, we're just upgrading all of our various mines with their heavy equipment. So, thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Like, subscribe, yada yada yada, do the YouTube thing, and sayonara.